My name is Maya Fouché. I started painting about 8 years ago, but my background is actually in interior design. I did that for about 2 years when I decided my true passion was to be an artist. And about a year ago, I decided to pursue that dream and start my business.
Not only did you quit your job,
Yeah.
where are you living now?
With mom and dad. I have a son, his name is Zaire. He's 9. He paints with me. I bought him his own little easel and he stands next to me. He paints with me. And, he told me the other day he's really proud of me, and that's one of the things that keeps me going. He pushes me to keep painting.
So he's like your little inspiration
He is
as
my
well.
little inspiration.
Great. So where did this inspiration for art start?
I would have to say I had my son at a very young age. I was 19 when I had him. And as a single mother, I struggled with raising him on my own. I still struggle with raising him on my own. And I was 21 when I felt like, can I do this? Like, I didn't know if I could do it by myself. And it was like a voice in my head that said, paint something. And it's like, I don't even know how to start. Like, where do I start? So I went to the art store, bought like a little 8x10 canvas and like some primary colors. And I said, okay, I'll paint. And I remember while I was painting, it was like 6 in the morning and I was still painting, and I had no clue that it was that time. But in the moment where I was, creating, I didn't think about anything else. I wasn't worried about if I was going to make it or not, or if my son would be okay. It healed me for a little bit, and I felt like, okay, this is what I need to do. So from then on, I said I just need to keep painting. I think for me to just be starting out, that people are gravitating a lot to my pieces and they're connecting with it, which I love. That's like an artist's dream for you to get what we're trying to say. Understand our story, and it means that I'm on the right track.
Tell me about how you connected with Picasso.
I connected with Picasso because of his images. I didn't realize until later on when I researched him that he was also inspired by African art as well. And I think that's where I connected with him, because it was so familiar to me. It's within my blood as well. So once I read about Picasso and his story, when he was an artist where people were telling him to be someone else that he wasn't, so I can be as Picasso. And I felt the same way. I said, all I can be is Maeva. I looked at Picasso's piece of the movie Woman, and I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, I would love to do Cubism because, when Picasso and Braque found Cubism in about 1910, which lasted to about 1912, and I loved it so much, I said I would love to do that, but add a little bit of African design into that. So I started sketching, and then when it worked for me here, I just put it on the canvas, and it just progressed from then on. A lot of us hide behind like the makeup and the clothing, and the high heels, and to us that's what it really is. But for me, I paint them new because it's like me saying be comfortable in your skin, because that is your true beauty. And a lot of the paintings have headphones on because music expresses a lot of emotions for me. It can make you happy, sad, it can bring out the worst in you or the best in you. And I put those two together to represent the Venus collection.
What other musical artists are you inspired by?
Janelle Monáe. And you can see that in my Venus. You see it in the hair. I'm sorry. Yeah, I love her. I love Janelle Monáe. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Aloe Blacc. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Amazing artist. He did a commercial.
Okay,
yes,
got it.
Yes. And I listened to him. I listened to Janelle Monáe. Yuna. I don't know if you've ever.
Yes, I just saw Yuna in
Yes.
concert over at. It was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I love her lullaby. It gets me in that mood. I listened to the music first before I began because I needed to get me into that mood. And once it does, I'm just lost. I'm somewhere else.
Any words of wisdom for emerging artists like yourself who are just like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. How do I get in?
You have to be true with who you are. Be true, be confident. Put that hat on and recognize that you are an artist, and don't let anyone tell you anything different. Whatever you feel is what you put on that canvas, and you own it. Because it comes from a higher power. You're a tool, and God sends His message through you, and then you send it to the world. So once you paint, let them know who you are, tell your story, and don't be afraid.
Like lullabies, you are forever in my mind. I see you in all the pieces in my life. Though you weren't mine, you're my first love. I wanted to